Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Ell and welcome to this new version of the Practice Within podcast. So I wanted to kind of do a little intro video, tell you what to expect, give you a little background of who I am, what I do, all of that. So I am Amanda Ell, of course, and I have been in the health and wellness space for almost 14 years now, which is crazy. Obviously, a lot has changed in that time, myself included, and so I thought it would be really nice to just kind of document my experience, my perspective, different thoughts I have about different trends, and to do so from like a very grounded space, a very realistic space. So I intend to mainly share vlogs. I will take you with me on my daily life journeys and sprinkle in bits of education and information along the way. And I want to do this because I have seen the health and wellness industry go completely off of the rails in the past 5 or 6 years, I would say. I mean, it was building before that, but the past 5 or 6 years has kind of blown the lid off of everything. And I just think we're so far away from the original intentions, and we need to come back to that space. We need to be grounded once more because it feels very much like we are not in a grounded space in the health and wellness industry. So I will be showing you what I'm eating in a day. I will be showing you my workouts for the week, my mindset. I think that's a huge one that is so overlooked and has been overlooked by myself a lot in the recent years, for sure. Mindset and energy of the body is crucial. And so I will be talking about all of that and more, but a little bit of background about me in case you are not aware. So I am married to my husband. We have been together about 5 years, married for like 3.5 years. Had to do math. And we have a dog, a German Shepherd named Lily, and 2 cats named Stella and Molly. And I have been in school to become a homeopath, and I will be for the next 2 years. More on that, I'm sure, to come. But I'm also a nutritional therapy practitioner. But I'll let you in on a little secret. I am not your typical nutritional therapy practitioner because I love to work in the realm of energy. I love to influence my experience in the world with the shift of energy, and I like to implement that in my health and wellness nutritional therapy practice as well. So if you come to me, yes, we're going to look at the physical concerns, of course, but we are going to go so much deeper than that. We are going to incorporate energetic practices to support you on that foundational level, because energy is the foundation. That which we cannot see but can feel is the way to start to shift what's happening in your physical reality. It all starts with energy. And so I emphasize energetics in my nutritional therapy practice. I am a Reiki practitioner. I'm on my way to being a Reiki master, not quite yet, but soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed that there will be a date set for me to be able to do that with the person that I would like to do that with. But I've also done Akashic record trainings in the past. I have had an Akashic record reading practice, so that's something that I also can kind of tap into. And I'm a yoga teacher. I've been a yoga teacher for 13 years. I've been a yoga teacher for 13 years. And I have another channel that is strictly yoga videos, so you can check that out. I will link it down below if you're interested. But that's kind of what I have going on. I love to work with the body, and I love to work with the energy of the body, and I like to incorporate that all from a really grounded space, because I've had a whole host of health issues in my life, and those health issues I was taking to Western medicine doctors initially because my mom was a nurse, and that was just kind of what we knew. That was like the way of the way of things back in the 90s and early 2000s, at least where I, grew up. No doctor could help me. No gastro could help me. No specialist of any sort knew what was going on. They just kind of like threw these labels on me and were like, good luck. And you're going to have this forever, and that sucks. And that's very disempowering, especially for a child. But what happened was I watched a documentary in 2013, and it was Earthlings, for anybody who has also seen that documentary. I watched a documentary in 2013. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. But basically what I was getting myself into was veganism, because I went vegan pretty much overnight. And here's the crazy part. I did not eat a vegetable for the first 20 years of my life. I'm not even kidding. I did not eat a single vegetable throughout my childhood. I didn't. Didn't happen. Ask anybody, they will tell you. So I, back in 2013, went vegan for ethical reasons because I watched this documentary. And then I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Because there were not a lot of alternatives. There were not a lot of vegan alternatives back in the day. Like, you had some tofu and some like Gardein meat products, and that was it. And so I started to eat a ton of fruit and vegetable, and I felt so much better. I didn't know how good I could feel until I went vegan. Fast forward 5 years, I'm not feeling good anymore. So I decided to incorporate animal products. It doesn't help. I'm dealing with a lot of health issues that all have labels and diagnoses, but I don't know, it matters because then you can relate to me, but it also doesn't, because I think it goes so much deeper than just the label that's put on you, So I started to work with people in the functional medicine space. There's Lily. And I was on a ton of protocols and taking a ton of supplements, and it just was not working. Like, I would maybe feel better for a little bit and then I wouldn't. Back and forth. No matter who I was working with, and I was spending a ton of money on this because in the functional space, things are very expensive. Then 2020 happens and my life explodes. My dog, she was 7 years old. She died unexpectedly of hemangiosarcoma, which is like a surprise cancer for the most part. So she dies the first week of COVID, essentially. And so I was, sheltering in place, quarantining, whatever you want to call it, and grieving this extremely sudden loss of my 7-year-old dog. It was extremely, extremely awful and challenging. Later that year, I moved into a new to us house with my boyfriend at the time. And in a couple of weeks, I was unable to function and found that there was tons and tons of toxic mold also living in that space with us. And so that led me on this whole other journey of health. And I got tired of working with people who would either make me feel extremely worse or wouldn't help me at all. And I was dumping all of this money into this. And so what I did was I was like, I am going to go back to school and heal myself. So I went to school to become a nutritional therapy practitioner. And I then started to, get into the realm of energy. I even took it even further and have kind of been on this journey of rebuilding my life, which has been a heck of a journey because it has been a 6-year process. And I feel like I'm finally have the foundation down so I can start to build the walls of the house again. So that has kind of been where I've been at. I've had a lot of health struggles and a lot of obstacles to work through, but who hasn't, So this is just kind of a documentation of my perspectives, like I said, my journey, and my knowledge that I have gained over the years on what it truly means to be healthy and how we can achieve that for ourselves, because there is no one size fits all. There is no single protocol that will heal everybody. There is no perfectly balanced macro ratio that is best for all of us. It's all so individualized, and it all starts by getting clear with what's happening, what's communicated in here. That's what you can expect for my next video. We are going to go on a little trip. I mean, it's not really a trip. It's just an outing. We're going out for the day. I'm going to take you along and talk all about that and why that is important. And I think that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave any comments, any requests, any questions, anything like that down below. The links for where else you can find me are also down below as well. And I will see you in the next video.